Hello and welcome to Cosmic Sage. This is the full moon edition for May 1, 2026. What you need to release by the signs. This is all signs from Taurus on. We're starting with Taurus. Happy birthday, Taurus. Any placements? Choose the placements that affect you most. Most this will be Sun. It could be Ascendant. But if in some way your Scorpio is enhanced by a particular different energy, you'll need to know your own chart for that. So we're going to look into Taurus. What does Taurus need to release for this? This is your shadow side, Taurus. So let's see what you need to release for your shadow side. For Taurus, what does Taurus need to release, please, for this full moon? Okay, we have the Fool. Let me get an idea here. You're getting a lot of major. So you being the shadow of this energy that is releasing now for the collective, it is big. I would say that if you're pursuing something, Taurus, that has to do with a new beginning, that you need to let the rest of something die away, fade away. And if you haven't let it fully end, it needs to, so that your creative energy will flourish again, and or you can get that beginning you've been wanting, or get back on the path you need to for what it is you want. I would say that maybe 6 months ago, something was in the process of defragmenting or breaking down. It might have been a relationship, a friendship, I don't know what, but for you, it could have been your creative ventures. Maybe there's something you changed up on. You decided you had to go a different route with. And about 6 months ago, there was like some kind of message that either you needed to step up and do something different, to have the tenacity to try a new approach. There was something you might not have fully taken course on, so you let the old way sort of take control of you. But like, say you had something you were adapted to doing a certain way, you needed to give up that approach and try another approach. And you need to start seeing things more reasonably now, from what I'm getting, where the new approach was absolutely the right way to go, so that you could broaden the course that you're looking for, whether it is in love or business. Creativity is what I'm getting. And what you're looking for is to get stability. Yes, you're looking for stability out of this, and it's through your reasoning and creative endeavors. So you're asked to look to the new way, not the old way of doing something. And they're saying to release, if you're somebody who's clinging to, say, an old home, maybe you're somebody codependent on a maternal, like a mother or grandmother, something like this, and you're holding on too tightly. Or maybe you're a man who had a relationship with a spouse and you're no longer with them. There's a mother aspect here. You need to release, you need to let go, you need to sort of stand on your own 2 feet. So it could be you've cleaved too strongly, say, to a maternal side. And they're saying that you need to realize you're your own woman, your own man, and you need to do things your way. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily, and I am so sorry if you have lost a mother, okay? Does not necessarily mean that you are actually cleaving, but it could be the way that, say, well, my mom did it this way, that kind of thing, right? You are your own person. And or this could be as well you wanting to become a mother. So ultimately, I do see the Empress, so it could be you want to be a mother, and or have somebody be the mother to your children. So you need to let go of old, say, concepts, cut away old ideas. So whatever is holding you back, it has to do with creativity. And it could be the way you think creatively, how you would create what you want to manifest. This is strongly what you want to manifest for your ultimate happiness. So it is either business or it is family related. I would say that you're going to need to really, I would say, maybe meditate, because I have the master manifestor here too. Meditate on what you want, and then you will know better what to let go of. And I'm seeing that It has to do with old thinking, and it comes from the feminine side of yourself. So if you know your chart, it would be probably advantageous to look at what you have going on in Libra and in Cancer. But this is your shadow side we're looking at, Taurus. The moon that is releasing with this event we're having, right? On the 1st of May. That is your shadow. Ultimately, you could be facing the shadow side of self, right? You could have faced a divorce, been through a divorce. Maybe you're remembering when your mom and dad, if you were in a family where you had both, maybe there was a divorce. You're going through that kind of feeling. And maybe you're not embracing a change that you've been in the middle of. And so you've not like let go of, say, concepts that are that were maybe formated as a child. And so you're asked to look, if you're doing your shadow work, a little closer at what you're holding on to too tightly. Because you're a fixed sign, you may have not realized you've been holding on to something, clinging onto it too sternly, too strongly. Kind of like you felt like it was part of you. It was your way, but you're turning into you. You're also kind of like reinforcing who you are. You're learning who you are. You're growing, right? And you're preparing to change in ways that are going to be foundational, and you'll be progressing with these changes. So to get this beautiful new beginning, which could be business, and you could be wanting a child, as I said, these things that you want, whatever your goal is, it will be much easier if you recognize and you release this area in which maybe holding on to you, or you're holding on to it. Maybe there's too much codependence between you and somebody who is a mother type archetype. So if there has been a falling out with a person that is of this nature, right? You're asked to try to move through it, heal it, and release it. Let it go. Let it be with spirit. Let spirit help you through this, right? You have the 8 of coins. So yes, you need to work on your shadow side. That is the Scorpio full moon. And be more free spirited about things. They're saying not to be too, which is hard because you're a fixed sign, right? Not to be too fixated on something, right? So if you have like the ideal for what it is you want to move forward into, because you have a goal, you're asked to move through it gently, not to put full charge into it and have control. You need to just let your guides help assist you through this, because yeah, it does look to me like maybe you're being held on to, maybe by somebody from the past, and maybe they're holding you back, or the thought of them is holding you back. So that is what you need to release, that codependent energy that you may have with a feminine nature person. It could be a man too. Either way, it could be a person or a place, a thing, right? So if it's a home, maybe you're needing to move away from a home or a neighborhood you grew up in, and now it's time to breach. Why did I say that? Okay, broach a new approach, right? Get yourself onto a new path and explore and realize the world is much more grand than just that little area that you're accustomed to. Maybe that's it. That is Taurus. I'm going to have to take a little break, and I'll be right back. So the next sign we will be doing will be Gemini. I'll be right back. I'm back. Cosmic Sage here. So I hope everyone is doing well. Don't forget to like. Thank you for those that have. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm in a different location than sometimes, so it might not be as audible. There's carpeting, whereas it's usually a little more, um, I would say more like an auditorium or something, but this may be okay. So Aries, what do you need to release for the full moon? Aries, what do you need to release for the full moon that's coming May 1 for the Scorpio energy? Okay, you're similar. You're similar to Taurus, so you could be a cusp who's listening here. Some of you, okay? We have the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy, Magician, which is your own energy, and Eight of Cups. Okay, so if you're trying to manifest somebody for a new beginning and it's like you're finding resistance, it is because that person, that relationship may not be for you. I'm getting, you might be trying overly and you're not realizing that maybe it is not meant for you. It's recommending that you walk away from something you're trying really hard to restart, or you're focusing on something that you should not be trying to get on the wheel on. That the best results you'll have are to walk away from it. So say you're not getting the results in a union. And I can't tell right now, what is this Wheel of Fortune? Okay, yeah, there is a lot of say toxic energy perhaps, and it could be quite possibly even a Capricorn, but there could be toxic traits in this person or the development between the two of you. So maybe the two of you bring out the worst in each other. It is saying that you need to walk away from this, Aries. If there is somebody who brings out devil tendencies out of you, this is somebody who brings you to your lower nature. This is somebody you need to walk away from. It looks like it's a person, but you could have a problem with gambling or racing, fast driving, being reckless. Something that is undermining you that you know deep down is undermining you on progressing in life, and or they're not right for you, a person. It does feel like it's either a person or a habit. So you need to walk away from it. So this is something that is related to, it could even be, what is that? They used to have a term that they use when you shop because it's like counseling, you know, like to comfort yourself. There's comfort eating. There's like comfort shopping. I'm trying to think the term, but you know, like overspending, right? Or gambling, betting on something that is not, you know, that's going to undermine you and leave you, say, empty, well, you know, empty wallet, empty bank, you know, that kind of thing. So putting your energy into something that really you should not. So, and if it's a toxic relationship, they're telling you you need to walk away. Now, we could be talking about a Scorpio as well. And can I find out more about this Eight of Cups? I was thinking Cancer and we got the moon. Yes, there's secrets here. So if there is something Aries is feeling they need to leave behind and it's another person, there are secrets. Now, if it is a habit, you may have something bubbling under the surface that you need to walk away from this immediately because it could be health ramifications. Say you drink or say you eat wrong, you're eating the wrong things. Say there's anything that could, you know, it could transpire into something of a medical emergency. This is something you need to leave behind before it grows and it festers. That is what I'm getting. That is for Aries. What does Aries? So I was supposed to do Gemini. Oh, my bad. I don't, maybe Gemini is involved within Aries. Okay, well, we're gonna go backwards for a minute and we're gonna go back to Gemini. I'm so sorry I did that. So I guess we're kind of not in order. So anyone who's listening, please, I did not do that on purpose. So I'm wondering if a Gemini either has Aries in their chart or a Gemini is involved with, they could be the one involved with the with the Aries. Okay, so now that means we're going to get back on track. Gemini, you are the one going now. Okay, so Gemini, we're out of order here. So we started with Taurus, we went to Aries, now we're on Gemini. So we just kind of made a little snag there. Okay, so what does Gemini need to release for the full moon that's on May 1? That is in Scorpio. Gemini, this may be related to family. Let me check the Ten of Pentacles. What is the legacy Ten of Pentacles? What is this here? Well, you really may be involved. Not all Geminis, okay, but everyone has a big chart. You don't have to be a person who is prescribing as a sun Gemini. It could be anywhere, right? And no two Geminis are the same. So I don't know who this is going to fit, but it does look like some of you may have to perhaps release somebody in your family. Yeah, or somebody you wanted to make part of your family. Okay, say something wasn't working. So you may have had readings that you kept checking back on to see if somebody was going to be a good player in your family, right? Somebody that belonged in your family. But it could be a relative. So this is legacy. It could be who you would leave your money to, and or somebody that you would have, like, say, attached to you, so they would be part of your family. Like maybe you were thinking of getting married happily ever after with someone. They were your wish fulfillment. I think you got heartbreak out of this. I think somebody broke your heart. So Gemini, mind you, like I said, this isn't everybody's story and you need to look at your whole chart, but I think you need to release the concept of like kind of like this is like fate. You don't maybe you've been through a whole lot of heartbreak. Maybe this one was the one and you've been through this in the past, but maybe this is about love and you wanting to maintain your legacy. What is the 10 of coins again? Yeah, I kind of feel like you have stuck energy on making this person part of your world. Can I find out about this person with Gemini? Okay, so this person may have been an earth sign. I don't know this reading. Let me start fresh. We'll see if any of this comes back. No, I'm doing this live, so there is no way. I mean, I'm just going to have to start fresh. We'll see if any of that shows back up. But I don't know what I'm seeing there on that. I mean, I'm getting a feeling it is about legacy and being let down because you had a wish fulfillment. Well, we'll find out here. Let me just... For Gemini, what do they need to let go of for this release for this Scorpio full moon on May 1? Well, it does seem to be that it could be a Capricorn. It does look like it is about your legacy. It's about where your income comes from, and that's family money. So maybe they quit giving. Maybe you need to quit anticipating, or maybe you know that there's a situation where they can no longer be vulnerable to you needing them. Similar to the last reading, kind of with needing a mother, not wanting to be codependent to a feminine energy. This, in its way, is saying that you need to release the stability of another that may be family related. Yeah, and then I'm getting things are going to happen slowly. You're going to mature whatever kind of prosperity that you want slowly. I think you might be disappointed because somebody's not coming through for you, or maybe they are finding themselves in hardship and they can't give you the help you expect, anticipate, or you are used to. So relying on somebody, another person outside yourself, it doesn't have to even be family, anyone outside of you, another structure or somebody, right? Gemini, somebody maybe disappointing you, or they have previously let you down when it comes to helping you with prosperity, growth. You're asked to release the need to rely on them, the desire to fall back on somebody else, and it could be an earth sign. This is telling me that you had somebody that you knew you could depend on, and they are no longer able to be depended on. They might have been stolen from. I'm not saying they were, but I saw the Seven of Swords. So there is a chance somebody took away something, or maybe they no longer have a position, or there's others they're giving to, because maybe this is a business situation and you're just one of many, or it's family and again you're one of many, right? But this is about your pentacles. Okay, this is about money. Gemini, I think that what it's saying here to release is the need to be codependent, or to have faith that others will come through, because it could end up leaving you in a position of vulnerability. And I see the Ten of Pentacles for clarification. So they're saying that you'll make your own. Six of Pentacles, you need to work with and or go to maybe many. Six of Pentacles could be indulging in a group that is like, say, working with each other to share. But you're caught in your head about finances, I think. So what I'm getting is you need to resist the urge to rely on one source. And maybe if you can get beyond, if you're codependent in some way with business or family, they're saying to become strong and be your own Ten of Pentacles. Create your own legacy. That is what I'm seeing. Can I get some advice beyond that for Gemini? To release your, oh, okay, how do I say this? We just got the Capricorn energy, the devil. I would say that you do need to release, if you have a materialistic slant in life, to release it. So not everything is about money. Not everything is about what money can buy. So just to kind of like be lighthearted and just remember that there's the ride, the experience, life itself, the sunshine on your face. It's not all about making money, getting money, acquiring things, right? It's somewhat about enjoying life in the little nuances about life, right? So just don't concentrate on money. Try not to be codependent on others when it comes to money. Just be wary. The devil can be at play. So don't let the devil get in the way. So to release this, you need to kind of try to operate on the opposite side of materialism. That is what I'm getting. That is what I'm getting for the Gemini. Okay, so now we are getting to, let's see, for Cancer. What does Cancer need to release for this Scorpio upcoming full moon on May 1? Cancer, all placements. You're showing up with the King of Cups right now. Then the Knight of Cups, this is heart energy. This is emotions, justice, Libra energy here. So let me see what this is. What is the King of Cups about? Okay, there's some kind of conflict when it comes to your heart or a relationship that you are in or were. I'm going to get more on the Five of Swords for Cancer. And the Page of Cups. Three of Cups. I'm getting lighthearted energy. You've been stuck in some kind of conflict. You need to like release. What is the Justice? I think that you've been making yourself too accountable to say work. You've been holding yourself back from playful energy, happy energy, showing your heart, showing your love, letting your hair down, being footloose and fancy free. They're saying you need to stop being so serious. Cancer, it looks like you've been very serious, and there may be an apology coming for you or somebody else, but what has happened is you've become more restrictive with your energy because you've been full of a list of what needs done and or how to show up, and Cancer has become very serious. Like there's a lot of duty involved here. You're asked to just kind of sit back and feel the wind on your face and enjoy life. So release the restrictivity, that shadow side of yourself, maybe the devil, the constraints that you may feel forced upon you. Release that. What is the advice? The Page of Pentacles. Yeah, step back a couple steps from, say, being maybe in your shadow side, being about doing the disciplinary work to get this and that done, right? It's time to just kind of relax and just remember what it's like to be maybe um, building into the formation of where you want to go, getting into that youthful energy again, that playful energy, the learning how to build it from the beginning. What was it like when you started? Don't turn it into a job or a chore. Enjoy it. Enjoy what it is you're doing, whatever you're trying to get to. Yeah, because you are experiencing massive conflict now, and it's in the heart. So if there's an apology that's being held back, and maybe you're not talking to the person, you could always write a letter and tear it up and burn it or whatnot after. If yeah, there's judgment coming. Maybe you're worried of somebody who you want to apologize to, or maybe you're waiting for them to apologize. Now, you can't make anybody apologize for you, but you can be open if they need to apologize to you. Open and not shut off to them. But if this is a relationship you let fall away and it's no longer of necessity to bargain with who's apologizing for what, but you've got discipline going on because you're making yourself busy, you're putting like a lot on your table so that you're not focusing on what it was, you're going forward, then you still need to stop and play. You need to get back into treating yourself like the inner child needs a lot of TLC, right? So, yes, I think that for some cancers here, that could be an apology. Somebody's holding on to an apology that needs said by one of either you or them, right? And so you're supposed to just kind of be, um, let it be, right? Let things happen naturally. And if they don't happen, don't hang on to that. Just play and have fun. Go out and ground. Walk in the grass, feel the trees, touch the trees, right? Because the truth is that nature will heal you. Whatever you're forcing yourself to throw into as a disciplinary, maybe you're feeling some kind of guilt. Maybe that's why you're doing it. Maybe you think that doing that will make you not have to worry that the person who did you wrong, will not come for an apology to bring you one. You need to remember that you need to have fun and be childlike, and just eventually it will cleanse away. Okay, this full moon is going to help you. Don't let it hold on to you anymore. Don't let it hold you back from living, from having love within your own self, with the self-love, right? You need, because Cancer, I think that something happened that restricted you from just like living and feeling. And there could be a secret you're concerned about. You're supposed to just like let that just fall away. If it did not come out before this full moon releases, you need to release it. The need to know that secret or share that secret, if it has not happened, as I said, you can write it in a note and you can burn it after if there's no one to speak to send to. But ultimately, you need to be free of holding on to, if there is a grudge, if there is um, if there's any remnants there that you're holding on to that is making you throw into devil energy, which is over disciplinary. like you're getting into the throes of too much work and too little play. You need to balance this out. You need to cleanse this away. Reinvent you, right? I got the Four of Swords for the suggestion, the advice. So this is like, use this full moon to reinvent you, the phoenix rising from the ashes. So if there is a relationship or something, it does not have to be romantic. If there's something that has happened where this threw you into all, you know, too much work makes, what is this, Joe a dull boy, or some name I forget. Anyway, so you're putting yourself fully into time to do things like duties and chores. You need to have fun. That is what they're telling me to tell you anyway. So what is the release then? The core release. So if you've been holding on and possessive of, say, the energy of, oh, maybe you've been possessing, like, say, a grudge. I mean, with the reading here, that's the only thing I can think of, right? Maybe even holding on, and the devil is helping you hold on to a grudge. It is time to let the grudge go. So go have some fun. Go run on the beach if you're near the beach. Go out in a field, run in a field, touch a tree, but feel lighthearted again. Don't let anything hold you down, okay? That is what I'm seeing. Okay, so that was for Cancer. Leo. What do we have for Leo for this Scorpio full moon? What should Leo for the Scorpio full moon coming on the 1st of May? Should they release? Okay, there's something causing you to not rest, Leo. What is the Nine of Swords for the release? Okay, Leo, you may have this is something it's eating at you at night. Okay, something is eating at you at night. You're not sleeping. They could be a Cancer. They don't have to be. There was a bit of conflict. This might have been a romantic situation. If it was a Cancer, they may have sacrificed this romance, this relationship, and you lost sleep over it, or you had to sacrifice a Cancer. And it could be a mother archetype. So if you're a guy or you prescribe to romantic relationships with another woman, with a woman, okay, who is a mother figure, it could be you had to let it go. On the contrary, you could be that mother figure and you had to let the person go who you were with, who you're having no sleep over. They're invading your thoughts at night, and or maybe there's bad dreams too. Okay, so the guidance is, it seems to me that right now you are dealing with getting sleep, and it has to do with the residual of some kind of relationship. This may not have even been recent. The guidance is to go within, to release what it is that you really, really wish for, because you have the Hermit here for guidance, and you might be a cusp to a Virgo. So like Leo, cusp Virgo, or you have Virgo in your chart. You're supposed to go within and you're supposed to search for what you really wish for. It could be that the past is holding you back in the dream world. Yeah, a new beginning's coming, but you need to let go of what is causing these bad dreams, these nights that you're not resting. The concept of you not getting proper rest because something is holding you back, that could be the past, or something that has kept standing in the way of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, right? this is something that you need to release, because the Ace of Swords with the Hermit, I see that the new beginning is coming for you, Leo. Yes, this could be taking its time because you're not working hard on this. So they're asking you to just withdraw. If you're like too social right now, before the full moon, try to withdraw as much as you can if you're able, because they're saying that your alone time is where the healing is happening. And you might be a social person, so it might be hard to do that, but you need to try, because they're saying that you have a lot of new happening for you coming fast if you are to apply this time to release anything that needs release. And if it's something that you're dreaming that is holding on to you, like a person, a place, something that happened, then you need to face it head on. They're saying to maybe dream journal before you go to sleep, because if you dream journal, then you can wake up, pick up the pen immediately, write down what you get. So ask a question like you would a tarot reader when you go to sleep. When you wake up, first thing, write out down the answer you have, what you see, what you remember, because that is what you're fighting, whatever is being held in your subconscious. And maybe you are meeting somebody in the 3D and they're trying to work through something that you and they have not properly healed. And maybe you need to do your part. So, right now, you need to really look at journaling, specifically dream journaling, and going within. So, to release all this could require tears. I don't know, but it does look like it's a pretty powerful energy that weighs on you at night. So, they're saying to, it might be about a failed divorce or something, or a failed divorce, a failed marriage that led to a divorce, or you're going through a divorce. So they're saying that if you are, that it is time to release that person and all their articles, if they are in the home or in your possession, all their articles give back to them or remove them in some way. But they're saying to release the relationship that has failed. And if you need to have final words, meet in the dream space if that person's coming into your dream space, and tell them that you want this to be healed and finished. And then you are to work on fully separating from that entity, that person or place, right? That is what I'm getting. Now, it could be a Taurus energy. Yeah, I've got strong, you have like nine of swords coming out fervently in this. Then I have Eight of Pentacles. If you do this, then everything is going to work for you in your benefit. So you'll see the just desserts of this. Like things will feel better. Your sleep will go better by the 2nd of May, and it will start increasing, like maybe only a couple days a week this will happen to you, that, whatever you've been going through at night, right? But eventually it will fade away. But the more you work on it in the next day or two, you have a better chance. So if you're just really concentrating on healing, whatever this is that we're looking at that is causing you to be in your dreams up at night, what it is that is holding you kind of in a hostage, way during the night hours. So they're saying to really go at this fully until the moon breaks. Okay, so you have until Friday, and I'm recording this, I think it's Wednesday. So you have a couple nights of rest, okay? So do your best on that, and I wish you the best, Leo. Okay, that puts us with Virgo. What does Virgo need to release for the full moon that is coming on May 1? Virgo, you may be somebody who has been double dipping. Double dipping as in you might have had more than one partner. I don't know. No two Virgos are the same, but that's what it looks like by what I have here. You have the Lovers. It's time to make a choice. Virgo, if you are stringing someone along or you're being strung along, there's some kind of three situation going on, right? You're asked to make a serious decision. It is time to get off the fence. If there is somebody that you've been hanging on to or is hanging on to, yeah, Two of Pentacles, time to drop one of them. You can't have them both. You can't. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, you need to look to whichever one you put more um, interest into. The more time you've spent, you've accumulated time and energy with, energy as in emotion, not one energy, okay? Somebody that you built with, okay? If another one is a passionate situation, it's probably going to fade. But I don't know your story. I'm just speaking in general. So now this could also be two things, like places like work. Okay, two places. Maybe you have two cars. So I'm not going to say it's a person. It could be a thing or a job. Okay, anything, right? Let's stick it to a different place for a different Virgo. Let's say it's your cars. One of them is taking a lot more work than the other. It's costing more money. The gas is more expensive. You're going to have to make a concerted effort to make a decision here, because you can't have both. And one is, it's just not reasonable. So if it is a person, you'll need to apply it the way you need to where that's concerned. But yes, you need to make a decision. Did I say Taurus? I might have said Taurus. Now, Taurus could be the kind of car. We could be talking about another earth sign like a Taurus. Um, but Virgo is who we're talking to. This could be a situation. Yeah, I got Three of Swords. Somebody's going to get hurt. So if this is another person, also if it is a car or a home or something like that, it is going to be heartache if you have to wait for it to let you down in some way. Say it is a house. Say there is something about the house you know that you need to let it go because it's going to end up hurting you in the long run for some reason. Or a car, say you were told that that car could cause you to get in a wreck or something. I don't know, but I'm seeing the threes show up a lot. I think it's a person, but no two Virgos are the same. So yes, you need to make a decision. So release what it is you know you need to release. That's what you have going on for Virgo all placements. And so you need to apply it however you need to apply it. So if it's another romance, if somebody's keeping you as a third party and you realize, I can't do this anymore. If it's a car, a home, a job, but this has been a burden for a while, it is time to make the decision. That is what I'm seeing. It is time to make the decision. It might lead to a divorce. That is what I'm seeing. Okay, so then we have Libra. What does Libra need to release for this Scorpio full moon of May 1 for Libra? It's work related. You need to release something that is work related. Now, if you're a divine person who prescribes to getting readings, and or maybe you're working in the field of being a diviner, a spiritualist, a coach, something like that. You maybe, okay, I'm getting you maybe overdoing it. And you're needing to release the need to put too much energy into it. Now, I don't know why this is. It could be because you need to be more well-rounded. I don't know. Can I find out why that is? Because we have temperance on that. Seven of Pentacles. You may be doing just fine and you're not taking time out for you. So maybe your spiritualism is starting to cloud judgment in your own life. Maybe that's it. Let's find out. Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you're holding on too tightly to the pentacle side of it, making money. So maybe slanting the balance from spiritual to practical matters. Practical matters are becoming a more necessity to possibly. You're hungry for attention. Okay, so you could be hungry for attention, and it looks like it's money related. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but it could be that you have gotten less in balance with the spiritual side of, if you're, say, a worker that uses cards and crystal balls and crystals. You're somebody who does that for work, right? Maybe you're past that balance point. You're going to that, wow, I'm kind of going into the excess side. So you need to kind of like look at it a little more balanced. Yeah, we have the Empress. And the Empress. I said temperance before. Now I'm kind of blending words. So we got a Sagittarius and Libra feeling here. So you carry both. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, they want you to slow down. If you're already balanced out, you're doing fine financially, and you're doing spirit business, and you're taking money for it, they're saying that they don't want you to over charge or Possibly you need to like balance it out. Say you do 6 readings to make, say, your lifestyle, make your business float, right? Say you do 6 readings a day or whatever it is you do. I don't know how they do it, right? Because I don't do that. But I'm using it as an example. So say you do that, then make sure you balance it out so that you do the free ones or the ones that are like lower tier or something like that. So it's balanced out because it's a service that you're doing. It's not necessarily just supposed to be capital, right? You're in a spiritual business. So they're saying that you may need to do that. Yes, the world, something new will happen for you. Something new is about to begin, but you need to balance this out and not be in excess. Your intuition may be telling you this already. Queen of Cups, Libra. So there's something about Cancer. I'm kind of wondering if I'm talking to a Libra who is a spiritualist that is wanting to have a baby, and you're putting together, say, enough money so you can have the baby and all the enjoyments that a baby would need, right? The things that are practical, but you're asked to take your time. The Chariot is coming, justice, balance is coming. You're supposed to look to, now you don't have to be in the spiritual business, mind you. You could even be in any kind of modality that would be counseling or something of that nature, but they're saying not to be worried, that things are going to come through for you. So if you've been worried, you do have the skills of the magician here to manifest what it is you want. If I'm talking to a Libra who's looking for her mister to bring, say, a child into the world, and she's working as a diviner, and she's been upping her business because she wants to do beyond her portion because she doesn't know what kind of a, uh, let's say, other she's going to find. She's looking for her divine masculine. He's coming for you. For the full moon release, you'll find him if you are to balance the scales. So they're saying not to overdo, overachieve. You don't need to wear the role, the hat of the masculine and the feminine. If you've been waiting on your divine masculine, just on the other side of this full moon, he is going to be there. Now, this could be for the feminine if you're a masculine listening and you're looking for your empress. Either way. So don't overdo. Keep in balance. That's what you are. You're the Libra. So you're not supposed to overachieve. So just keep it in check, because you don't need to, for one thing, when you come across this masculine who's your divine counterpart and or the feminine, whatever side you're on, they want to know that they're going to come together and everything's going to snap in place. Now, if it's a true man, masculine, right, he might feel threatened if you're overly doing. He wants you to meet halfway. He doesn't want you to do too much, right? So you need to kind of pull it in for yourself and for the union, and if you do want to make that creation together, the spirit baby you're waiting on, maybe. Libra, this is something that is being asked of you if you are in this spiritual modality, but you could be working any kind of work. So just try your best to pull it in and balance it out. Don't overachieve. That is what I'm getting. Because if you're especially wanting, on the other side of this full moon, a divine masculine to show up for you and play the role, the two of you can do this right as long as you're both in balance. That's what I see. Okay, so now we have Scorpio. What is Scorpio? This is your very own full moon. What does Scorpio need to release for the May 1 Scorpio full moon, please? You're showing up with the 8 of Cups here, and you're definitely letting go of something here. It does look like it could be a Sagittarius. You may want to listen to my readings I did yesterday. I think part 2 was the one that you might want to see. It was Scorpio. I think Sagittarius might have come out for you. If you have Sagittarius in your chart at all, or you're a cusp to a Scorpio Sag, this may affect you. But I have Wheel of Fortune here, and you're walking away from it. It could be that there is a position that you, or money that you were, yeah, you might have had either a new romance, something that you tried out, and or a job, something that you felt was a new chance, a new spark. You had to walk away from it. You're sitting there kind of feeling empty, empty, and you're stuck on it. You're kind of obsessing on it because it was like there was a whole new life ahead of you. You thought it was it. You thought it was right. You might be losing sleep over it now. It did bring a tower. It absolutely did. And if not, this might be a recommendation that you need to continue walking from it because the tower could be coming. You're intuitive though, Scorpio, and I think you're aware that this is not going to amount to much more than a tower. They're saying to release what this is, what this was. They may have even been a Pisces or a Virgo. So it looks like it's either love or business. Pisces, Virgo, or Sag, maybe Gemini. A lot of conflict. It kept you from sleeping. You're not maybe sleeping. But what I want you to know is if you release this person or this place, this job, if you do that, you have a soulmate with a cup of love waiting for you on the other side of the full moon. This is your personal full moon right now. I mean, Scorpio. So this love is meant for you. I think you need to listen to part 2 that I had yesterday because I think that this was in there for you as well. Not the same cards, but very similar. So I think that releasing that which is not for you and you know it. And I do remember, I think that you knew it. You were trying to let them go and they were the ones hanging on to you. I'm going to tonight do the reading who is having trouble letting you go. So you may need that for further, enhancement to know how to cleanse and release who it is that is clinging so that, you have a better cut up game than they might have. So if you do the final cut, then everything will dematerialize in this connection. And maybe you're the leader when it comes to doing this because you are the fixed energy, right? And it is your moon. So therefore, I think that maybe if you listen to that other reading, it might really help you. I wish you the best, Scorpio. Sagittarius, what is meant to be released by you at this time for this May 1 full moon in Scorpio? Sagittarius is released May 1 in Scorpio. Sagittarius, you might have somebody who you know has been coming into your dream world, your dream space. They could be younger than you, but they could be immature. So it's hard to say, but everybody's different, right? Depending on where your Sag is or, this person, who they are. But if they're coming into your dream space, they're affecting possibly your legacy by them. They're holding on to you. So like I told Scorpio, you might want to listen to the next reading that's coming. But this person dreams of you a lot and they're immature and or younger, and I think you need to release them. There's some kind of secret. Your dream space might be bringing it. Maybe it's time to do some dream journaling if you haven't. Also, and there is some truth that needs to be spoken, and it could be to a mother figure. So this doesn't seem to me that it's necessarily one person. It could be a couple things going on here. Your dreams are revealing something. So somebody is holding on to you and they're coming into your dream space, but maybe you're also kicking in energy that needs resolving from, say, a mother figure in your life. So if you're a masculine, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, somebody, it could be your sister, it could be anybody, right? Who's a mother figure. There is something that needs to be said. What is the Ace of Swords for Sag? The Hermit. Sagittarius, this has to do with your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, right? Something is happening in your dream space that you need to address. So for some of you, this is going to be one person. For some of you, it could be two. I see some truth's going to come to you in your dream. It could be somebody says something to you in your dream, and you're to take it seriously. If you're dream journaling, you can jot down what they say to you. So you need to be introspective between now and the full moon breaking. They're saying that paying attention to your dreams will help heal something that is mother wounding or something of that nature, and or the feminine side of you needs to be fully healed going through this window of time. Sagittarius, because it's brought great drama to you. And you've been very guarded over it. Okay, so it's going to reveal to you something someone stole from you. Okay, there is something somebody stole from you, and it's going to be revealed in your dreams. So what is the advice for the release? What is to be released? Okay, I don't know if this is a manifestation or if you have, like, say, somebody coming at you. But we're coming back to conflict, and I kind of wonder if this is either a manifestation that is coming into your awake hours, or your sleep is completely trying to be the staging ground of some kind of healing between you and somebody. But they stole something from you, and it's brought great drama and conflict to you. And and they're saying that you need to release the need to worry about haters. So this is somebody who may have been, like, say, a copycat, or um, they might have wanted your destiny. They got stopped. This is somebody who might have tried to make things not work for you, your efforts be effortless, or not effortless. You not get the desserts that you so desired or deserved. This is somebody that got in the way of progress for you. So this is going to be revealed in your dreams. How this affected your creative side, I'm getting that because it is the feminine energy, it is the mother energy. So I'm thinking it has got to be your creativity. Somebody was trying to steal that. They were trying to stop you. They were trying to overwhelm you. They were trying to throw burdens your way, conflict and drama. So somebody was doing this to you. I did see the magician. This could have been magic. Okay, so it is showing up in the dream space. Your subconscious, your elders, your ancestors could be speaking to you and telling you and bringing you sharp truth that you need to hear. Sagittarius. So the release is to not hold on to the fact that you have haters. I know it sounds kind of weird, but your release is to let it, I'm thinking like a duck, letting the water just roll right off your back. So don't hold on to it. Don't let them get you. Just kind of like work on what they took from you and how you can fix this right now. But beyond the full moon, you, after this point when it breaks for the 1st of May, You need to like let it all go away. This may be fresh still, so that's why maybe the next couple days you need to work on this, because if you have haters or a hater and they've been causing you this trouble, or they put some kind of thing on you, you need to rectify and um, just get justice in your way so that you have truth and that you have integrity on your side, right? Yeah, and ask for judgment to be called in the subject, right? Speak to your ancestors and they will bring you the secrets that you may need to learn. And it has to do with your legacy. And this may be what is meant for you, as in destiny. So after the full moon, I'm getting that your creative success is going to start taking off. So just don't give them the attention that they want, because it's kind of like somebody wanting to stare at you while you're trying to do a dance competition or something like this. And it's your place, it's your time, and you're shining, and they want to do something to get you off your mark. So you're not dancing the best that you can, right? And don't give them the chance. Don't give them any focus anymore. They don't matter to you anymore. They don't count. So even if they play in your energy, your team will have your back every step of the way. Just do the dream journaling and remember that this is only a couple days away, and it will completely start pulling off of you. They might have used the Scorpion energy to target you if they did. That's what I have for the Sagittarius energy. Any placements? Thank you for listening. All the best to you. Okay, so now we're on to Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to release to get through this next full moon in Scorpio, May 1, please, for Capricorn? Okay, Capricorn, you might have a choice between two, and it could be literally a Gemini energy. But I think it may be work. You might have two options when it comes to work. Okay, yeah, you're burning the candle at both ends. They're telling me in Capricorn that you've been working really hard at two different projects and or two different relationships, be it not romance and maybe romance, maybe two romances depending on your situation. No two Capricorns are the same. But I do see that you're putting a lot of effort into both of them. You need to make a decision. So it's time to start speaking up and communicating what it is you want from a relationship and who it is that you see as your divine counterpart. So if this is romance, you need to release somebody who is like not meant for you. And if it's business, it's somebody, it's a company, it's a place, it's a concept that you don't align with. You don't feel that their values match yours. For some Capricorns, this could be that you have two suitors and only one of them would be able to or willing to or right to say create a child with, so that you'd become pregnant with them, right? Have their baby. So take that as you need to, but yes, that could be what your goal would be, and or business. Maybe one of them is too aligned with having a good time and not thinking about putting a ring on it. So, and it could be business. Somebody hired you for a temporary position, or they didn't give you, like, say, a true value when they hired you. They acted like they just threw you anywhere, and they don't really have a true title, or your hours are not, say, structured, or they're not treating you properly at that job. So if it's a job, yes, you need to let go of the wrong job. Okay, so it's time to release it if you have another or a prospect of another to fall back on. Now, don't quit your job if you don't have something solid, right? I'm not recommending that. Um, but you need to really at least address with yourself if this is something you need to be pragmatic about going into that full moon, and you can't like write and readily do it. You need to make a formulation, a plan, write down some like ideals that you want a future prospect employer to treat you like, right? And the objectives you have of what you won't stand for as far as how you'll be treated or won't be treated. And in a relationship, you're looking for something and someone you can grow with. So Capricorn, if you are trying to create a new business and or get with somebody who would be a divine counterpart that you would like to have a family with, you need to be objective and look at what is not working right now and let go. We got the Two of Pentacles. I'm getting that a lot. Let go of that whatever it is, it's making you disappointed. Okay. Whatever it is, it's not investing with you. The person or place, that there's not an investment there. It's stalling out. There's no growth, right? And on the other side of the full moon, if you are to relinquish who it is, maybe you've been with somebody who's wrong for you. You could be very single going out on the other side of this full moon. You could be. You don't have to be. But maybe you are right now. Maybe you're just dating and you're having to let go of somebody who just would not be the right person that you're dating, right? But the right one may be coming around the corner. So if there's something fresh you're looking for and work, okay, it certainly looks like somebody will work together with you. Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, so work related. Um, Capricorn, Scorpio could be coming into your life. It could be a boss. It could be a romantic partner. So that's what I see on the other side for you. I think the basis here is that you are a very strong, capable, and structured person when it comes to work and romance, right? You want the person to match you halfway, meet you halfway. And I think you're looking for someone to mirror the capabilities that you shine to the world. You're the GOAT. And so you need to make the right choice for you. And lovers energy come up again, Gemini. We have Scorpio, Gemini showing up for you. So you could have that in your chart, and it could be that time of year. Something happened. It could be a neighbor, it could be a cousin, you know. So let's just say in business, you need to get, say, a raise. They may come through for you. So maybe you do stand up to your boss and say, listen, I don't think you're giving me enough hours. Or I don't think that it's fair I'm getting those hours when, say, John and Tina over there are not working as many as me, or they're working more than me. I want as many as them. Can you please up my hours? I need them. I can show up. I can do it. So this is you speaking up for yourself. You saying, I want you to value me. I'm a good team player. And at the turn of the full moon, somebody is going to see it and you're going to have a new opportunity because of it. That's what I see for the Capricorn. And this is Cosmic Sage. If you're just getting here, thank you so much. You might have to rewind. I'm going to do another reading later. The Community Center has a message, a post by me earlier that gives you a little clue of that reading. This is the Scorpio full moon release energy here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much to the OGs who are here and that support. I do appreciate you so much. Don't forget, if you have a question, the Community Center has a place to leave your question for the next stream. And what do we have now? We have Aquarius. Aquarius, you are next. What does Aquarius need to release for the upcoming full moon, May 1 in Scorpio? Okay, Aquarius, you're done. You're done. You need to release and let free. The rest is up to spirit. They're with you. Okay, you have the Four of Swords. You're in transition of a brand new beginning, and this is a Phoenix rising energy that you have going on. So don't force something beautiful. You're already on your way. If you have been looking forward to spending time with other people, Three of Cups here, and celebrating something, and a renewal within you, right? A renewal within you, something that you're building. Seven of Pentacles, something that you're establishing within yourself, a new version of self, right? Could be your spiritualism, the Hierophant, and or vows, wedding vows, Taurus energy. That's where we are now in time. So this is apropos for you at this moment. They're saying that you need to let everything just fall into place. Look for white feathers on your path, okay? White feathers will indicate you're definitely purified of what it was that you were purifying from prior. But if you're holding on to keep on getting on um, the wheel because you feel like you have to keep trying, no, you're spinning yourself dizzy. You're ready. You're ready. I mean, okay, an example. I'll use myself for an example. I have Aquarius, right? So, say you withdrew from being a social person, a social butterfly, right? And you've been in hermit mode for some while, okay? Well, it is time to spread your wings. It is time to fly from the nest, or say move away from the cabin in the hills that, say, a hermit has, right? It is time to just be free to share your energy with others, let others laugh with you, mingle. I'm not talking romantic, but it could be if you're single. But it doesn't have to be. This could be friends. This could be community, right? This could be family. It does look like somebody who is reinventing themselves. That is what you're doing. And it could be that you're working tirelessly to reinvent yourself and you're still on the wheel at that and you need to stop. You're already there. You're already there. Can I find out more? Yeah, you might be taking on more changes than you have in previous years. Two of Pentacles. Like you've got a lot that you're trying to reestablish and balance out, but you're trying to make you're filling your heart full. King of Cups here. Pisces energy is showing up too. Legacy with the 10 of coins. Family, love. Yeah, you've got everything going on, Aquarius, everything. So this renewal is like hitting the entire globe of who you are, you know, all four sides of the makings, right? So I think your MC might be lit right now. So if you are, say, looking at where you shine on your natal, the business sector or the midheaven, right? Wherever that is for you, okay? Capricorn energy showing up here. But it seems to be that your business sense is taking hold and the renewal that you have is getting stronger. You were previously disappointed. There could be a Sagittarius in your life. You could have Sagittarius in your chart. You might have lost sleep, but it is time to stop, they're saying. Particularly in business and home, these areas are highlighted here. The renewal, it could be your physical vessel too. You need to let things happen naturally. At this point, the Phoenix rising is taking a natural course. It's like gestation. So what does Aquarius need to absolutely release? Okay, there was some guilt that is at the crux of why you went into the Phoenix process. Okay, so the Phoenix process comes from the Three of Swords, right? So there was heartbreak, heartache, something occurred, right? That you were painful on. Somebody could have quite literally hurt you, broke your heart. Sometimes we break our own hearts. Maybe you let yourself down. Some kind of trauma, some kind of trauma bond. You're released from now. You're renewing. Do not wear that on your sleeve. You're done with it. It's the old you. You're a new you now. Aquarius, you need to release what it was you're walking out of. You are the phoenix from the ashes at this point. So coming out of that full moon, if you let all that go and you just like let the process take charge, your passionate will be reunited. There may be marriage coming for you. Somebody who is really in love with you, King of Cups, Ace of Cups. Yes, they have an Ace of Cups to give you. You're the Queen of Cups. This person could be a soulmate. So you have like a lot of love coming on the other side of this. So if you don't hold on to what past energy put you into the Phoenix position that ended the death so you could turn into this new version, this new vital version of self. And this could be business as well as love, right? But if it isn't love for you, then it's something that you love doing, a career you are falling in love with. But I feel it's a person that's going to come in and love you like you've never been loved, maybe, because this is soulmate energy and the Ace of Cups. This is massive love. So I see you just living life, looking like you're coming out of hermit mode. And as well, you're a Phoenix rising. So this new full moon is going to be powerful. Now, you are sort of a sister to Scorpio. So that fixated energy, you're going to feel a little more lighthearted, more like a butterfly, free. So I think you're going to really enjoy the energy after May 1. So let me know how that works out for you. That is what I have for Aquarius. I hope you'll be well. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. I have now the final sign for the moon, full moon event coming on May 1. For the Pisces people, any placements? For the Scorpio, release on May 1, the full moon. What do they need to release, please, these Pisces people? Conflict. Right out the gate, you have conflict. Conflict with another, possibly a fire sign. So there's judgment coming on this already. Could be a Libra is involved too. This is about love. There's immaturity involved. This may be your soulmate. I feel this is somebody who is, they're keeping an eye on you. They're watching you, and you may know this, okay? This is somebody I think that has put you in conflict. They might have been, you stood your ground. They might have been abusive, maybe by words. Hopefully they weren't by other ways, but anyway, it looks like they could have been abusive with you. Let's find out more. Could quite well has been a family member. It does not have to be a love situation, lover. This could be somebody who likes to light candles and manifest, speak words on others. Yeah, you had to stand up to somebody. There was much conflict, maybe in a family. And you had to go alone after this. So there's something about maybe untying, say, some kind of connection with someone else. Maybe you had to burn some kind of somebody you were in love with. Somebody you thought you had a victory with. Oh yeah, this is somebody that I think you really thought that you were going to see forever in their eyes. Judgment's coming. The conflict is really heavy. So for the Pisces, what are they releasing when it comes to this person? Pisces, you may be getting divorced if you're married to them, or breaking up. I feel that they're immature and they've said things that really hurt. It was a burden carrying on with this person. I have both the divorce cards and I have Three of Swords showing too. You've been getting readings on them and they you. And this has been a long time coming. Can I find out what the release information is for Pisces? Okay, so this is a different one. Okay, Pisces, if you shared a home with this person at all, you need to release the shared items, the shared place, the concept that they were your home, that their arms were home to you at one point. They're not right for you and they're not good for you. So if this does resonate, this is somebody you're divorcing from, so you should not have anything that is theirs. They should not have anything that is yours. Your items, your objects, everything needs to be taken back to the prospective owner and or figured out in court if this is the case. Now, I'm not recommending you do all this unless you do it legally or whatnot if you're married, right? And or you take what's yours only. But we have a star showing up. They could be an Aquarius. They don't have to be, but I think that the healing is something you've been going through. You could be a cusp to Aquarius energy. What will happen if they release this person, fully release the articles on this person? after the full moon. Oh, Pisces, you're going to hate me for this. Oh, you're going to hate me for this. This person has not been good for you, and they've been holding you from a position of true love. You have King of Cups on the other side of the full moon. If you let go fully of what relationship did not work, did not happy marriage, but this person that's coming in is your true divine counterpart. The other one does not seem like it was true. This one is a full-on 10 of Cups and Empress energy. King of Cups, so much love. So this is like beautiful. If you've already been going through the motions of this breakup, you're about to see the love of your life come into your world. Sometime after maybe May 2, May 2nd, Pisces, any placements. I hope that found you well, and I really, really hope you make it through all this healing you need to get through. I know that it's hard, especially if you're going through a divorce and you shared a home and maybe a family. But if there is someone on the other side of the full moon that is meant for you, this may have been happening for you and not to you. Just remember that. It's always the way that they say it, and it has great meaning to it if you really listen with your heart to those words. To and not, no, for and not to, right? Because you have to learn how to adapt and alchemize the energy. And sometimes the energy, it cannot seem like it's good in the moment, but on the other side, it's kind of like going through, say, a rainstorm, and then the cloud, that heavy rainfall brings a beautiful, buddling, a flower out of the ground, things like that, right? And I got Ace of Cups for your final right there. So yes, this is total love for you. So Pisces, you've been through it. I am so sorry you were, but obviously something good is going to come as long as you're working through the healing process. I don't know when. I mean, it's sometime after May 2, and you might already know the person. Maybe they aren't yet anyone you would even conceive as being a prospective love, but only you know that. So I'm going to get some general. I'm not going to stick any, for this portion right here, I'm not going to stick any particulars to this. I'm going to just get a general for releases for anyone listening. Okay, we got the Eight of Wands. Something needs to be said, you need to say it. Something that you have that you're holding as a secret, I don't care what sign you are. We have the Eight of Wands and the Moon. You need to say it. Could be about finances. It could be love. It could be to your child, about your child, maybe to your parent, to your mother. Something you're trying to build. Maybe there is somebody who is in the picture that should not be. Maybe somebody needs to speak truth on that. Maybe you have a divine masculine that you need to talk to, and you need to tell truth to the divine masculine. Send a message, say some words. Maybe he needs to direct them your way. Maybe it's coming. So to release, for the collective listening, what is there to release? Clinging on to things and people that you should not. Now, the next reading I have here is going to be that concept of who is having trouble letting go of you. There are only two signs that I did not have anyone clinging to them. So I don't know who that speaks most to, the person that we're thinking of on the other side or the sign itself. So those two signs that will not have that energy happening for them, nobody's holding on to them at this time. They have impressively somehow broke connection and or cleansed energy, would be Gemini and Leo. They had clean breaks from anything and anyone in the past. They are people who learned how to alchemize, maybe do cord cutting. I don't know what. But these people, these two groups of people, however you identify, if those are your sun energies or they're part of you, you have exceedingly got nobody that is holding you back. So there's no excuse why any Gemini energy and or Leo cannot move forward in love. And that is what I have. But I'm going to have to break free here. Not that I want to. I am enjoying it, but I don't know if anyone's got anything out of it. But you can as well ask about moon energy for you yourself coming up when it comes to the community. Please add that there, and I will do my best to answer questions at the tail end of the video coming, the live stream, which will be not chat enabled. Another couple things I want to share was the sister channel to this channel very soon is going to be doing an adult reading that is going to require you to be subscribed. If you are not subscribed, please look at subscribing. I will add into the description area that link to that channel. Some of you know that one. It's called Ninth Door. If you'd like to subscribe to it today, that is fine. If you want to wait, that is fine too. But only subscribers, because it's a definite adult only read. They all are, but this one is more so. That reading is going to be the cards that we have that are a hybrid pack. I'm not going to say deck because it's a huge compilation, but it is many decks put into one because I had the help last year. Thank you, OJs, for helping me decide which ones to discard. We did a great big purge on that deck and those decks. And you all helped me, and I really, really appreciate that. So we're going to get those out, and that will be coming up before long. And we're going to have a 600 plus party milestone here if we are able to, when we are able to get to the marker of beyond 600 subscribers. So if you can help me get there, I would appreciate it. We can then have chat enabled. I am not having chat enabled until at least after the full moon. So therefore, the 2nd of May would be the first chance for a chat event, and it will be a party when we do the 600 plus. So please share the channel if you can. And I appreciate all the support you bring. Thank you so much, everyone who has been here. And I appreciate the OGs and the new subscribers. So be well, take care, and do the healing and the work you need to so that you can have everything that is meant for you on the other side of this full moon. Do take care. Cosmic Sage out for now.